Hey guys, Matt Jones in Seoul at the central bus station. It's just before midnight on Tuesday night, and I'm heading down to Yeosu, which is a southern port southwest of Korea. And look, following on from a quick video I made in China, I thought it'd be interesting to sort of compare some of the local infrastructure, transport infrastructure, and the bus stations here have got nothing on those that I saw in China, and also they leave Sydney, or China certainly leaves Sydney with a lot to be desired. It's going to be next couple of days a lot of travel in buses, so I'm not sure I'm absolutely looking forward to that, but it will be. It's the only way to get around the country, to see some of these towns, and it's interesting. There's got a very good rail network in Korea where it exists. I've decided to continue the filming outside the station. It's if I could use a score system in terms of reception and friendliness inside the station, I'd give them about a 3 out of 10. The Koreans are very task focused. They're diligent workers, but sometimes at the expense of I guess their bedside manner leaves a little bit to be desired sometimes. And I'm not taking. I don't have a grievance with that. It's more that it's as a place for a tourist. Particularly from a capital that prides itself on being more receptive to tourists, for people wanting to go out and see their country. I must say, if I didn't know Korea better, I would have been quite disappointed with the sort of lack of passion and friendliness for tourists generally. I mean, they're dealing mostly with people who are travelling, Koreans who are travelling their country. So. It's late at night. It's close to midnight. They're less interested in some lone Australian who wants to get a bus trip to Yeosu. It's clean enough, but it is looking a bit tired. It's certainly more appealing than what we have in Australia. But as I was saying before, it has nothing on China. What I saw in China, at least in the cities I was in, the terminals are very new, probably because they are new. They're well connected to infrastructure, but then again, they've got the advantage of the cities have been built recently with those things in mind. So I'll get on the bus shortly and begin the adventure. And so here we are in Seoul, about to get on this yellow bus here, and we'll get the journey underway. I'm not a stranger to taking buses. I once travelled from New York to LA by Greyhound bus across a 4 or 6 week period, stopping off a whole bunch of different places along the way. It was a great way to see America, actually. It was quite amazing. I did a big backwards L down through New Orleans, and that was a fantastic trip. It was I think it was my first visit to America outside of Hawaii, and it was great. And my first time overseas, actually, I travelled through Thailand for 25 days on the back of buses, which was great as well. And I'm not a stranger for taking the bus trip from Melbourne to Sydney from time to time either. I better get going. Well, this is it. Taking off. I've got a good book. It's by Samuel Hawley, The Imjin War, writing about the exploits of what happened across Korea and Japan, late 16th century, but particularly I'm reading with interest to Eastern Shin, as we'll find out tomorrow at Opera. Hey guys, I arrived in Yeosu ahead of schedule, so it's supposed to take 4 hours, took about 3 hours 40, which is pretty good. And I guess the summary of the trip would be that the coach travelled very well, good driver. You know, I've taken buses before in Korea, and the drivers are fantastic. They're so professional. The interesting thing though is it just made me think, getting off at the terminal here, which is, as you can see, just it's almost 4 a.m. in the morning, so there's nothing open, nothing here. It's not a question of how flash the start point or end point is, it's how safe and how reliable the trip is, and in this case it was a very good experience. So that's a pretty good summary.